James Melinus, James the Wine Guy. A bit of a bottled mystery here. So what this is called is Cabernet Pfeffer. So stay tuned. So what I have right here is Kenneth Volk, San Benito County, Cabernet Pfeffer, 2008 vintage, and 13.82% ABV. Back panel for your inspection here. A mystery is right here before us. Here is Cabernet Pfeffer. Does it really exist? And in the Wine Grapes book by Jancis Robinson et al., in this book here, you'll find an entry. And the entry really highlights and gives an entry to Cabernet Pfeffer. And it even says to the fact that this is a rare peppery California cross. Very interesting in that, well, this is a wine grape that was cultivated by William Pfeffer. And interestingly enough, his last name means pepper. And it's attributed with having a pepper-like quality. And so the mystery begins. And so Kenneth Volk is known to be a producer of wines, heirloom variety wines. And I think that's a really great program he has. I love what he does. He's an amazing winemaker. And so, you know, we have this bottle right here. Now, I only know of two producers who have ever, you know, labeled anything Cabernet Pfeffer. And Kenneth Volk is one of them. Now, if you look at a variety of sources, and you know, I did another video, I'll actually post that video right here. I looked at the Vitis International Variety Catalog, and while you find Cabernet Pfeffer, it is listed. There's no information about this wine. It doesn't even list whether it is a wine grape. It doesn't list whether it's a table grape. No information whatsoever if there's even a synonym. And I believe there is a synonym. The synonym for this wine is called Pfeffer Cabernet. So no, not a lot of synonyms here. So Kenneth Volk did a DNA testing on this wine and found that this is Gros Verdot, G-R-O-S Verdot, V-E-R-D-O-T, not to be confused with Petit Verdot, coming from the Bordeaux, of course. And so this is a very fascinating thing because ultimately you can actually go back to TTB. In TTB, if you put in the word Cabernet Pfeffer, you'll come up with a Spanish page where it does you know, list Cabernet Pfeffer as a wine grape variety name. So I subsequently reached out to TTB and I've not heard back. And I'm sure I'll hear back at some point. But for me, it's really a fascinating subject matter, which is when does something become identifiable and what is the source material to really, you know, understand the name of this variety. So there are other wines that use the name Cabernet. So Cabernet Franc, of course, you'll find Cabernet Gras, Cabernet Mitos. So there's many other variety names for Cabernet, the root name. And so it's not really a big stretch of the imagination. Think of Pinot, Pinot Noir, Pinot Blanc, Pinot Gris, Pinot Meunier. And so, you know, that could be an acceptable term if it really exists. So in the Wine Grapes book, there's really even a doubt. There's even a statement, does Cabernet Pfeffer really exist? And if you look through maybe some of the materials, it could have possibly existed. The folkloric thought on this is that it was a Cabernet Sauvignon that crossed with another variety, but we don't know what that variety is. So I think the true test is DNA testing. So to take samples from these Cabernet Pfeffer sites, do DNA testing across the entire vineyard site to see if it really is Cabernet Pfeffer or if it really is Gros Verdot. And I think that would be a really interesting thing. So also that, you know, when you go to TTB, federal approval body for wine labels, you actually have to have a variety name that exists. So somewhere hard-coded in TTB is that this exists. So I'd love to know that source material. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to talk about this wine, and fascinated to find this wine here in San Francisco. I didn't expect to find it, so I picked up the bottle, was really excited to give it a try and see what this wine is all about. You know, and also the entry where the Wine Grapes book says rare peppery. You know, I'm not sure if I buy the word peppery. What I would say, it's just a really very, very light-bodied, very vitreous, almost Pinot Noir, Grenache, light-bodied styled wine. First, scent characteristics, flavor profile, and the point score. So, really beautiful notes on this wine include autumnal forest floor, stone fruit orchard, moist leaves, suede, and cherries. So here we go next with the flavor characteristics of this wine. Very delicate wine here. Really, really light texture to this wine. Notes of cherry, pomegranate. There is some pepper, hints of green herbs. I give this wine a 9.0 out of my 10.0 scale. And for more reviews, please go to James the Wine Guy. Subscribe to my video channel if you would. I'd appreciate that very much. And you can find me in a variety of social media, such as Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo, Google+, Pinterest, LinkedIn, as well as Instagram and WordPress. So stay tuned for more. A very interesting year, right? I mean, if anything, this was just a really fun, interesting walk and taste through a wine variety that may or may not truly exist. The wine exists, but in terms of what it really is, will remain a mystery for right now. So stay tuned for more. Thank you so much for watching, and salud.